kotze v'hamlacha meruba. Ayu kotze v'hamlacha meruba. Ayu kotze v'hamlacha meruba. Melacha meruba. Meruba, meruba, meruba. Via hoya l'matzeilem via socha harvei. Ubala vayis doichek, doichek, doichek. Via hoya.
You are watching Beyond the Music on the Jewish Music Report.
I want to start off with a general question about the album, as opposed to the regular, catchy, dancey, standard that you tend to see out in Jewish music a lot. It seemed to be a lot more sophisticated, a lot more thought out, almost challenging the listener to, to maybe adapt to a more suave taste in music. Was this intentional?
I wanted to sing songs that are very in, if you will, meaning that it will appeal to the Jewish music scene, but at the same time something that's meaningful and also different than the typical Jewish music that you'll hear. So I've selected the songs from thousands of songs that I've heard, and I tried finding a meaning or a different style in each song that should fit my personality, but at the same time be something that the listener would be interested in, or the sophisticated listener would be interested in also.
The march you mentioned, for example, I haven't heard a good march since David Wardiger.
To the march, the story went as follows. I received a phone call from Yossi Green, and he says, Shea, I have a song, listen to it. So I'm in my car, and I have a hands-free set that links into the audio system of the car, and he plays it for me on the piano, and he says, Shea, I'm not asking you if you want the song, this is the song in your album. And of course I happened to fall in love with it at the same time, and he didn't give me an option. He said, this fits your personality, we need this, it's perfect for you, and there was no negotiating. I took the song right away.
Shuva Hashem Meshiviseinu Kahavikim Anegem Hazorim Bedima Bedima Bedina Bedina Yiktoiro.
Yossi comes to you and says, okay, I thought of this pasuk because people don't use it, or this is the meaning of the pasuk, and the waves of the song will be accordingly, because here we're talking to the heart, so let's give that kvetch and this kvetch, and he tries to explain the words of the song through the song itself, and he'll do it together with you while you're at the piano. And yes, thank you to his wife for letting us do this until 3 o'clock in the morning. I came to his home twice. It was 10 o'clock at night, and his kids and his wife wished him a good night. They went upstairs to bed. And from 10 until 2 o'clock in the morning, he's yelling on the top of his lungs, and he's playing the piano in the dining room and yelling. And I tell him, your family's not falling asleep. After 20 years, they don't even hear it, they just fall asleep. So yeah, it was great working with him. He's very talented. He's he writes with teichen, as they say. Yitzi Waldner wrote songs, and he was really great. And Elimelech Bloomstein and Baruch Levine that we all know, and there are a lot of great writers. Baruch Levine, he made the Rebbeinu Shloim song, and every time I sing it, I'm like, Rebbeinu Shloim, it really...
Rebbeinu Shloim, that's a phenomenal song.
When I chose all the songs, and I tried, having everything a little bit different, and I meant it, I wanted it to come from the heart, a lot of the songs, because, Dvarim HaYotzim Lev, Nechnasim Lev, they say, so I thought that was the best song in that sense. And, when I sang it, I just closed my eyes, and for
me, the climax was always Riboinoi, Riboinoi, Shaloilo.
That's I sang it, and then I sent it to Israel, to Moshe Roth, to do the choir, and he's like, you did it good, but you have to kvetch here, Rebbeinu Shloim, say that. So I redid it again, but constantly I felt like I was calling
really,
out to
like connecting with it, and really.
Right, so that was definitely that aspect of that song.
Elimelech Bloomstein, he wrote TikTok. Is that Elimelech Bloomstein?
Right. So
That has the
Right.
Just that that super catchiness of Elimelech Rubinstein.
Right. So in our neighborhood, that's the carpool song. If you want to drive carpool, you have to play that song. All the kids connected to it, they like it. That's the carpool song.
Which is a classic, David Reitman number. Most people nowadays tell them David Reitman, and you tell them Rosenblatt. No, yeah, Rosenblatt. Tell them Reitman. Who? But in fact, during their lifetimes, Reitman was every bit as influential and every bit as popular as Rosenblatt was.
Right.
The question I want to pose is, where does a chazanist piece fit into a mainstream, modern Jewish album?
Honest pieces again. I happen to be a chazan and a bal tefillah for 13 years or so, or maybe a little bit more. And since the age of 17, I started out as a chazan, but then switched kind of to a bal tefillah because people wanted to finish davening always at 11 o'clock. So I became a bal tefillah somewhat, but it's a part of who I am, and I thought I'll take a risk, just like I took a risk with some of the other songs. And I figured because it's familiar to the people and it's interesting, different, if you like Chazanis, you'll like it. And if you don't like it, there are 10 other songs that you can live with in the album. So.
Shea Rubenstein, everybody, the next word out of their mouth will be window in heaven. Obviously, first of all, this is a personal story, especially as the picture comes up of your father after the song. But this is obviously something that's of a very personal nature. When somebody's giving over something that's personal in that way, just you feel it in a whole different way. And I think everybody feels that way. But from listening to the song, from watching the video. So perhaps you can go a little bit into, I guess, your childhood.
My father passed away when I was 6 years old, and I'm one of 8 children. I have older and younger siblings, so I'm kind of sandwiched at number 6. But I had the merit to have such a great father that was his whole life was devoted to Torah, which is a story for itself. He wrote many svarim, and he was a sofer and a rav in a shul, and that's what he did for a living. I always joke that I didn't get a chance to be the rav, so I'm the chazan, which is like the shadow over.
And I know you were there the whole time, looking down from your place in Shomayim and your tongue.
I was the one that he would ask, is the dalet, does it look like a dalet or a hey or a vav, and based on that they would know if the letter is inaccurate. When I was doing this album, I was trying to find interesting songs, but I was also trying to relate a message. And it was actually Gershi Moskowitz. Gershi and I were discussing it, and he came up with this concept. He said that even though it's not the regular thing to write about a personal story in the Jewish music scene, people will take the Holocaust, or they'll take Yerushalayim or the Gullus, or they'll take a very general concept that people can easily relate to because they feel perhaps that it's not personal. Or we decided that I felt that I wanted to relate this message. I felt that it's going to relate to people to a certain extent. I didn't think that it would really go out of the box. I figured some people will say, okay, song. Another one will say it's another English song. But I figured that some people that have been in the same situation would relate to it. I was overwhelmed that this was kind of the song of the album, and between all the different websites and YouTube, and I saw 50,000 people, watching it, and then I received about 400 emails over the past month. Right, it's funny. I was in shul the other day, and a fellow came out to me. He likes to kid around. He's about 82. He says, "Shea, I understand. I also don't have parents."
Thank you so much, Shea, for joining us. Thank you for watching Beyond the Music on the Jewish Music Report. I am Mendel the Shafet. From my CD player to yours. Happy listening.
Oh no, this is